Hey folks, welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to be talking about a great family-friendly neighborhood that's walkable, bikeable, where you can park that car and enjoy life. Decatur, Georgia. Stay tuned. I'd like to tell you a story about a family we know from Chicago, Mr. and Mrs. Wendy for the Windy City. Well, Mr. Wendy graduated from Purdue. He's a Boilermaker and a structural engineer. Mrs. Wendy is really Dr. Wendy. She's a medical doctor, graduated from Northwestern. And you wouldn't think that Boilermakers and Wildcats really got along very well, but let me tell you, they seem to do okay, because take a look at this picture of all the little Wendys that are running around their house. There's Jack, there's Cooper, and there's Cooley. All fun little Wendys. Well, last September, Mr. Wendy came to his wife and said, "Honey, it's that time of year again. The kids are going to need winter coats, hats, mittens. They've outgrown everything. And you know, you're going to need some new snow tires on that car of yours. And here's the really bad news. We're going to have to upgrade that snowblower." So Dr. Wendy turned to her husband and said, "Honey, you know, I've been thinking. I've had some information come across my desk about Emory University and Emory Medical School. There's an opportunity with a practice there. Somehow it's tied to the CDC, and you know how much I love research. So would you consider a move to Atlanta if I could land a job at Emory?" And Mr. Wendy said, "You know, I could hop a plane in the morning, make a luncheon meeting with my clients in Houston, and be back to tuck the kids in that night. I think I'd consider a move to Atlanta. We could just forget about all that winter stuff." So Dr. Wendy went online to Zillow and came back and said to her husband, "You know, the more I look, the more I'm confused. But I did find this outfit in Atlanta, the Ball Group. They're realtors with Keller Williams. So I called them last night, and they told me they could set me up on a neighborhood search. Now that neighborhood search would let us take a look at all the neat homes coming on the market in Decatur before they even ever hit Zillow." Well, the next thing Micah and I knew, the Wendys were packing their stuff up and they were moving to Decatur. Well, folks, we know why the Wendys wound up in Atlanta. Dr. Wendy's job and that great Atlanta weather and getting out of Chicago in the frozen north. But a year's gone by, and I've asked the Wendys if they could tell me maybe 4 or 5 reasons why they felt like Decatur was the spot for them. Dr. Wendy went first. And she said, "You know, the number one reason for me was the Decatur school system. It's small. I knew my kids would be comfortable there and get a great education. You know, there's only 10 schools. There are 5 elementary schools, a couple intermediate schools, and a middle school and a high school. All of them within walking or bicycle distance of almost anywhere in Decatur." Mr. Wendy said, "You know, I love that small town feel of Decatur. It reminded me of the town I grew up in Indiana. It has only 25,000 residents. It just has a small town feel, even though it's in the middle of a great big metropolitan area." The next reason was location. You know, Dr. Wendy could be making rounds at Emory and within 15 minutes make a teacher conference at one of the schools in Decatur. Mr. Wendy could be at the airport in less than 15 minutes and on his way to his meeting in Houston. But it's also just 5 minutes from downtown, which means 5 minutes to all the cultural events in Atlanta, the symphony, art museums, and all the things that rival what the Wendys had in Chicago. The next reason was walkability. The Wendys realized that their kids could bike or walk to almost every school in Decatur. They could ride their bikes to the library and all the events going on in downtown Decatur, whether it was the Decatur Book Festival, 4th of July, movies on the park, or all those great Decatur events, the Wendys could just jump on their bikes and bike right to downtown Decatur. And the last reason was fine eating. Decatur just has a number of family-owned fine restaurants. Not a lot of chains here, but you'll find great places to eat that are either family-friendly or fine dining. And it's also connected to downtown Atlanta. So we've got steakhouses that rival what goes on in Chicago. So folks, if you're interested in Decatur, just like the Wendys, go online to Zillow. Check out all the interesting houses in and around the Decatur area. When you're done, give Micah a call. She'll set you up on a Keller Williams neighborhood nurture program. You'll see all those cool Decatur houses that come on the market even before they hit Zillow. Take advantage of our offer this week, a subscription to Georgia Magazine. You'll find out all the neat things that are going on in and around the Georgia area. If you want more information about our videos, stay tuned. In 2 weeks, we're going to do one in another interesting Atlanta neighborhood, Clarkston, Georgia, another town inside a major metropolitan area, a real diverse community, and a place where there's very economical housing available.